Bakovic coming in quick, makes the incredible diving catch. My goodness, Bakovic.
Germani trying to get there, goes back, and did he make another one? Holy guacamole, what a catch there.
Get to the basket, passes it to Cortez, Cortez up, and one. That is exactly what I'm talking about.
Welcome to 2017 and welcome to another edition of the Roadrunner Review, the 30-minute magazine show that features MSU Denver sports and their highlights from the past month. We're here at the Area Event Center, home for our men's and women's basketball teams, and of course the volleyball team. I'm Tafoya, and joining me on the show is Celeste Zubia. And Celeste, what do we have on today's show?
Well, Sean, we're going to take the audience through our volleyball team's NCAA Tournament run and as they knocked out a few powerhouses along the way. We have plenty of basketball highlights, including the men's big game against Colorado Mines, which also brought Comcast in to broadcast the game. So a lot of hype there. And later on, we will have a special guest joining us later in the show.
That's right, Celeste. Michaela Smith, All-American outside hitter from the volleyball team, and she'll talk with us about her 5-year career here at MSU Denver. But as always, at this time of the show, we bring you all of the Roadrunners news, and we say hello to Coach's Corner host Stephen Priest to do just that. Thanks for helping us out on the show this month, Stephen.
Thanks for having me, guys. Such a pleasure to work with you here on the Roadrunner Review. I'm sure Juan is having an excellent time in Mexico with his family. As they mentioned, I'm Stephen Priest, and it's time to get you to that MSU Denver news. First, we say goodbye to a couple of coaches who have decided to move on from the Roadrunner family. Adrienne Peets, the women's head soccer coach for the past 9 seasons, decided to resign from the Red and Blue this past month. She will be taking her husband Mike and her 1-year-old daughter to California to be around family. Peets, formerly Adrienne Alvarez, was a huge part in the program's 2 national championships, one as a player and one as an assistant coach. Also leaving downtown Denver is track and field and cross-country coach Nick Moss, who is heading to Western Illinois to help out with their program. It was another decision that was based on being closer to family, having grown up in nearby Iowa. Moss coached for 7 years total here at MSU Denver, 4 as the head coach and 3 years as an assistant for the Roadrunners. We want to wish both coaches the best of luck in their next endeavors, and we also want to thank them for making their Roadrunner programs so great with their hard work and ambitions. And one more piece of news we want to bring you is about the 2nd annual etiquette dinner that will be hosted by the M Club. This event, which extends its invitation to M Club members, student athletes, coaches, and athletic department staff, will be held on January 31st at the Spring Hill Suites here on the Auraria campus. You can check out roadrunnersathletics.com for more information and how to register for this exciting event. That's all I have, guys. Thanks for having me, and I can't wait to see how Michaela and the ladies did in the big dance.
Let's get into some volleyball highlights while we're here. And speaking of coaches, the RMAC's Coach of the Year, Jenny Glenn, led her squad to the conference's regular season championship in her first year in the Mile High City. Her team reached the final of the RMAC tournament before falling in the title game to heated rival Colorado Mines. So, Celeste, you wonder if a tough championship game loss would maybe rejuvenate this team for the next stage of their season. Volleyball kicking off NCAA play against conference foe Colorado Mesa. Get it started now. Set number 1, and it's Mesa going far side for the point. Set 1 to Mesa, and set 2, it's vintage Michaela Smith. Goes up for the slam off the blocker and eludes everyone. Metro goes on to win set number 2. Set number 3, feed inside to Giannetti, and Mesa takes charge in set number 3. Runners on the brink of elimination. Not so fast, though, as Brandy Torr with a nice little dump play, and the RMAC Setter of the Year is getting it. 1st to 15, NCAA Tournament, let's go. Set number 5, how about Alyssa Kelling with the slam? Volleyball or pinball? You decide. Match point, check out the dig from Lopez. Herdeman with the slam, and Metro advances to the round of 32.
MSU Denver took on 3-seed Tarleton State in a thrilling match for their 2nd game of the NCAA Tournament. To start off, Elizabeth Muliaga comes strong with the kill to put her team up in the first set. She would finish the night with 6 kills and 3 blocks, and she does it again as Tarleton State takes the first set 25-20. Then, Santasia Sturgis becomes explosive in the 2nd set as she gets 1 out of her 16 kills on the night. Michaela Smith is able to get a kill off the deflection, and MSU Denver is looking pretty good here in the 2nd set. A dig by Lopez, then a kill by Herdeman for the red and blue to finish and take the 2nd set 25-22. Smith starts the 3rd set with a service ace, then Lopez doing what she does best, getting digs, and then Herdeman gets the kill and end the 3rd set 25-17. Herdeman with a powerful kill in the 4th set. She finishes the game with 11 kills. Then Smith with not 1 or 2, but 3 kills back to back to back. A final kill by Kelly, and MSU Denver advances to the finals after defeating Tarleton State 3-1.
1 and 2 in the region, going at it in Angelo. First set, and it's Brandy Tor. She's going to set it. Oh, wait, no, it's a nice little dump play. Later on, it's Angelo and Blosser with the fire, and Angelo takes set 1 in extra points. Set 2, and Michaela Smith with the slam a jam, and she throws it down with authority. But Angelo right back at it, and it's Blosser again, and Angelo taking set number 2. Match point here, Laraway goes up, but it's dug out, and Angelo feeds who else but Blosser. Angelo wins 3-0, ending the Roadrunners' incredible season.
So after a fantastic season, a few awards were handed out to our Roadrunners. We'll start with Coach Jenny Glenn, who earned the AVCA South Central Regional Coach of the Year award after leading her team to a 27-5 record and getting her team to the Sweet 16 in her first season. Brandy Tor added to her trophy shelf after being named D2CCA South Central All-Region First Team, to the AVCA All-Region Team, and to the AVCA All-American First Team. Michaela Smith was also named to the AVCA All-Region Team, to the D2CCA South Central All-Region Second Team, and to the AVCA All-American Third Team.
Wow, so we add 2 more All-Americans to the already long list of players that have donned the red and blue all time. And, you know, just watching Michaela Smith and Brandy Tor throughout their 4 and 5 years here at MSU Denver has really just been a joy.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I came in, joined MSBN a little later on in their careers, but it has been so much fun to watch them and, you know, even watch them grow as players.
Well, we're just getting started here on the Roadrunner Review.
Some students come to Metropolitan State University of Denver to find their future. Others look to sharpen their current skills. In the case of David Thibodeau, it was both. Our faculty helped fuel his entrepreneurial spirit while encouraging him to pursue his personal passions. These 2 talents came together in Ska Brewing Company, which he co-founded in 1998 in Durango and is considered one of the top up-and-coming Colorado companies.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II, but we're especially proud of our commitment to Make-A-Wish.
Division II student athletes have led a 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Thanks for sticking around here on the Roadrunner Review. And now we'll get to our basketball teams who are now done with their non-conference portion of the schedule and are now gearing up for Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference play.
Yeah, Sean, and if you remember, our men's team was picked to finish 3rd in the RMAC in the RMAC preseason poll, and our women's team was picked to finish 9th. So, you know, both teams are out to prove everyone wrong, and we'll start with the men who started 2-0 in the RMAC and look to make it 3 straight in their first RMAC road matchup. Our men's basketball team played crosstown rival Regis University on the Ranger territory for some exciting RMAC action. Dexter Cienko starts out hot for the Rangers with 2 easy buckets. He had 18 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 steals on the night. On the other end, Alec Williams attacks the basket and passes it out to Sunday Detch, who goes for the 3, and it's good. Andre Harris with a nice move down low for the quick bucket. Then Buna Makeda and Detch with back-to-back layups to get the Roadrunners up. A dunk by Troy Anderson, and the Rangers are up by 13 points. In the next possession, Cortez goes up for the layup and he misses, but Harris is there for the putback. MSU Denver is up 70-67. 3-point attempt by Anderson is in, and we are all tied up with 27 seconds left in this game. MSU Denver with the ball. Mueller goes up for the 2. Looks like an air ball. Harris grabs it and puts it up against the defender, and it's in. Harris with the game-winning field goal helps MSU Denver advance to 3-0 in the RMAC.
What impressed you the most about the resiliency of this squad?
I mean, we just don't give up. I mean, at the end of the day, we keep grinding, we kept going, we didn't just give up. I mean, there was points in time in the game where we could just, like, put our heads down and just give them the game, but we just kept playing and kept chipping at that score, and we finally chipped it enough to get the win.
25 seconds left. What was said on the bench before that one?
I mean, coach drew up a play. I mean, we executed it. I mean, he got a shot off, but it was short, and good thing I was there to clean it up.
Metro and Mines, always a good time when these rivals match up, and Comcast agrees too as they were on hand for this one. Let's get it rolling here. First half, Metro trying to stay unbeaten in the conference, but it's Luke Schrofer from beyond the arc Going inside, it's Schrofer again, losing his man and going up near the cookie jar. How about some vintage Andre Harris now? Big man drives the baseline like a car speeding through the breakdown lane, gets the 2. Second half now, Metro looking for a comeback. Some teamwork on display here. Steal by Cortez, pass by Alec. Howard misses the lane, but Harris says, I got you, man, and finishes the putback. Sonnefeld driving it in, and he gets stuffed. Mines gets the rebound, works it around, and it's Sonnefeld. This time he's wide open for the tray, wet. Metro falls 73-51. But Metro will have a chance at revenge the last weekend of the year in Golden.
The women's basketball team was looking to get their 3rd win in the RMAC against the Regis University Rangers. Kaylee Rader gets a layup down low, and Georgia Ordorf responds with a quick 2-pointer. Luisa Tago then cuts backdoor and gets the pass from Ordorf for a nice little layup. Then Majesty Robinson gets 2 buckets, one right after the other. She finished the night with 18 points, 3 steals, and 3 assists. Bree Wellington then takes full control in the court and gets a bucket and a steal. 15 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 blocks for the freshman. But the Rangers come up after halftime with a 16-point lead. Ordorf keeps her team in it with her 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And Janae Squires-Horton with the attack to get within 4 points. But unfortunately, it will not be enough as the Roadrunners lose by 5, 62-67.
Women continuing their play against Mines. Let's kick it off. It's Emily Bailey for Mines, gaining separation on her defender for the 3. But you know what? Metro can play that too. Squires-Horton up for it. Money, heck yeah. Mines back at it. How about some buzzer beater action? Tyree, she gets it good to go. Mines up by 4 at the break. Fast forward to late in half number 2, Metro down just 3. Squires-Horton from range, bang, and we are all tied here, just seconds left. But Mines inbounds it quickly down the floor, and it's Bailey from the elbow, and she knocks it down, and that would end up being the game winner. Metro falls to Mines 59-57. So not the start our basketball teams had probably hoped for, but the season is just getting started and there's plenty of time to get back to winning ways. But Celeste, the women's team, had some bad news that could affect how they're going to play moving forward.
Yeah, Sean, Coach Have's squad, they have lost junior forward Emily Hardigan due to a leg injury. She was the team's 2nd leading scorer, so now that just means that Georgia Ordorf and Janae Squires-Horton will be given more responsibilities to lead this team back to the RMAC playoffs.
We want to wish Emily the best of luck in her recovery, and time for a break, but you'll want to come back as we bring in All-American Michaela Smith onto the show.
Metropolitan State University of Denver nurtures student aspiration and empowers lifelong success through personal attention and professional experience in an inclusive environment. Located in the heart of downtown Denver, the university offers broad access to a transformative undergraduate and graduate education on Colorado's most diverse college campus. And as a gateway to opportunity, MSU Denver advances the intellectual, social, cultural, and economic well-being of Denver and beyond.
Thanks for coming back on the show, and we are honored to have an All-American on the show. Michaela Smith joins us now. She's number 9 on the court, but number 1 in our hearts. How are you doing, Michaela?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing excellent. So, since I'm not and Celeste isn't either,
Not even close.
Why don't you just give us the rundown? What's it like to be an All-American?
I mean, I don't even know. It's fun having Brandy by my side with it when I found out about it. So I was actually in class and Jenny called me to ask if I wanted to go to a banquet to receive my all-region award. And I was like, well, when would I leave? And she said, tonight. It's like, I don't know if I could do that. Call me back and I'll let you know. And she called me back 5 minutes later and she goes, turns out it's for you receiving All-American. And Brandy got the same call and Brandy texted me, was like, dude, we're All-American. And I was like, we are. And it kind of just hits you, So I wanted to go out happy with the way my career ends and everything, and I think that was a good way to do it. I never really set personal goals for me other than statistic-wise. I wanted to hold myself to a high standard, but receiving accolades like that was never in my goals. I was more focused on things that we did, like being undefeated or winning conference, because we always wanted to be better than 2009. I mean, they were an amazing team. Amy Watanabe, my assistant coach, played on that team, and they did so many great things in our program that haven't been done in the last 7 years, and we haven't won a regular season's conference since 2003. So that was a big goal for us, and so we got that accomplished, and we also made it as far as 2009 did, and had like amazing chemistry. I honestly couldn't have asked for a better senior year.
So you touched on Brandy Tor earlier, and it kind of seemed it was important to you to win that award with her. You got to play with her for 4 years here. Just how amazing of a setter was she, and was it even more surprising just seeing what she could do on the defensive side of the ball as well?
Yeah, she's a funny player. She never like focused hardcore on her form, or like she wanted to make sure her defense was perfect, like got to get this angle or that. She just went for it, which was so much fun to watch, because I was like working on my back row after not playing for 3 years and then playing my senior year. I was all about like, okay, I gotta like make sure my arms are like this and my platform's like this, but then I just look at Brandy and be like, no, you just gotta go. Like that's what she did, and I've said it a million times, she's like the hardest worker of anyone, the way she sacrifices her body for anything. So she's fun to watch play in that aspect.
So you got to play a little bit in 2013, but saw a huge increase this season in 2014. At what point in your career did you know that you could play at this level and contribute so much to your team's success?
I think that I never really had it in my head that spot was ever mine, or that I would be the major contributor, because every day in practice I was always fighting for a spot. Like I never came into practice and thought like, oh, I can take the day off because like I'm playing a lot. It was always like, how can I make myself better, even if it wasn't necessarily for a spot, but it was like, how can I make myself better than every other player on the other side of the court? Because every time I step onto the court, if there's another outside, like for example Angela, that outside was really good, I wanted to have a better game than her. Like that was always a goal for me. Playing other teams was like, how can I be better than the other girl, and how can I help my team win this match? So
going back to your freshman year, all the way back in 2012, you got hurt and got redshirted and couldn't play your freshman year, and so you sat on the bench and watched the squad and Coach Debbie Hendricks. And what did you see from this team and Coach Hendricks that made you want to stick with it and play volleyball here at MSU Denver?
I mean, obviously the team that I started with is a lot different from the team that I finished with, considering I was the only person left of every coach and everything. But redshirting looks like it's a really hard thing, because all outsiders see is just that you're sitting on the bench for every single game and that you're not doing anything, but they don't get to see like the experiences with the team and the practices and weights and all that stuff. So even though I wasn't a part of the matches, I was still there for every practice and being a part of the team. And even though I didn't play in those matches, I knew that I would never want to give that up. And I didn't really play my the eligible freshman year either, but I still never thought about quitting or transferring or anything like that. It was just, I was more there for the practice and making myself better and getting to know the coaches and all the girls on the team.
All right, we are just getting started here with Michaela Smith. And Michaela, when we come back, we'll talk about your senior season, which included a brand new head coach and a historic run in the RMAC, which will never be outdone. Stick with us here, you're not going to want to miss it.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Welcome back to the Roadrunner Review, and we're still hanging out with Michaela Smith, two-time All-RMAC player. And Michaela, this season you guys had a huge change at the top. 17-year coach Debbie Hendricks slides out, and D1 assistant from UNC Jenny Glenn slides right back in. Were you nervous about the change at all, knowing that really 90% of your team from last year was coming back?
I was nervous, because even though we had every girl, the coach kind of controls what goes on. We can control what's on the court, but she controls basically everything else. So my mom literally prayed about it every single night and was like, I just want your senior year to go well, and I hope that whoever gets the job is right for it. So I was nervous.
So you guys went 18-0 in the conference, and that's an amazing accomplishment itself. And watching you guys, and at one point got to 8 wins, then 9, and then 10, and it was like, just keep going and going. So when you guys were getting close to 18, were you guys like amazed at what was happening?
We tried to keep it pretty consistent throughout the season, because we wanted to do like you don't have to change what you're doing, just do what you're doing and do it well. So one thing we started doing was like dedicating wins to people. So like win number 8 was for Alyssa Kelling, and then 9 was me. So we tried to just keep it consistent like that. And then when we beat Western at Western, we knew that we had secured conference, but we wanted to go undefeated. So we tried not to make too big a deal out of it, but obviously you have to celebrate something like that when it hasn't been done in 13 years.
So you guys had an amazing season. For you as a player, at what point in the year, whether it be preseason, midseason, even in the NCAA tournament, did you know that this team was a contender for the RMAC and even the NCAA tournament getting as far as you guys did?
I think we knew it in 2 days. We were sitting in a huddle and we were sitting down making our goals, and we were talking about like what each of us thought we could accomplish, and we had our goals from last season and we kind of edited those to what we want to do this season. And one major thing we changed was, instead of being top 3 in the conference, we wanted to win the conference, and that included being undefeated in conference. And that was like that was a big goal, but we all said, yeah, let's do it. And then we had like an amazing practice after that. And anytime we started slipping in practice, Bobby would remind us, like, you guys set a big goal for yourselves, and in order to do that, you have to do like big work.
This was your first time in your career getting past the first round in the NCAA tournament. So how, like, just talk us through how you felt after that and like what it meant for you, especially as a senior.
I mean, we were all really happy that we weren't done yet, because we wanted, like, every girl on this team wanted to go as far as we possibly could. It wasn't like a sense of relief, like, oh, we could be done. It was like, okay, we have to do this. And it was weird afterwards not going home. I think I even looked at Steph and I was like, Steph, now what? Now what do we do? Like, we've never done this before. So it was good, because all of us, that's what we all wanted, and that's why we all worked for it so hard.
Could you maybe, as hard as it could be for you, to sum up your time here at MSU Denver?
It really was amazing. Getting to know everyone, like all you broadcast people that I've gotten to know over the years, and other sports teams. It really has been amazing. And when I first heard I was redshirting, I wasn't sure how I felt about it. But now that I've been here for those years, I loved having an extra semester, because it gave me like more time at this school and more time to get to know people, and it gave me an extra season with Brandy. And I know I didn't get to finish with Vasadi on the court, but I was still with her, like she was still on the team. So just every single girl that I got to play with my senior year, I could not even imagine ending on last season. I'm so glad that it was this one that was my 5th season, and redshirting was really just a blessing in disguise, and I didn't realize what that blessing was until this 5th season.
Nissan, come in today and choose from nearly 1,200 new Nissans. Get 0% for 72 months with no payments for 90 days. During the Bottom Line event, lease the new Altima for only $149 per month. Gives you both efficiency and performance. Looking for an SUV? Then choose the all-wheel drive Rogue at just $159 per month. Also available with optional 3rd row seats. Bottom Line savings at Tynan's Nissan in Aurora and Fort Collins.
Final set here on the Roadrunner Review, and it's our top play segment. We're still hanging out with Michaela Smith, and we're going to go through the top 5 most memorable moments of her entire career at MSU Denver. Moment number 5 comes from this season's regular season matchup against number 22nd ranked Colorado Mines. Michaela dropped 7 service aces on the Ore Diggers in the 3-1 victory at home. That number tied a rally-era scoring record at Metro, which dates back to 2001. Why was your service aces so effective that night?
I remember in warm-ups I told Amy, like, Amy, it's going to be a good night, because I was warming up and it just felt good in my hands. And then Amy was giving me zones, and I think that she saw like good holes or like pathways to block on the court. So Amy was the real MVP in that match.
The moment number 4 comes from her senior season, where Michaela put up a career-high 28 kills against 21st ranked Arkansas Fort Smith. And her team needed every single one, as this match went 5 sets, earning the 3-2 win. Michaela, what do you remember about the game, and did you feel like you were in the zone for that game?
Honestly, no. I thought I struggled that game. And so afterwards, I was like, man, I struggled that match. And then I saw I had 28 kills, and it was a career high, and I was like, whoa, I had no idea.
All right, moment number 3 in the career of Michaela Smith can be summed up with one word: perfection. Her squad went up against 18 opponents in conference play in the regular season, and 18 times they came out with a win. And only once did a team pushing MSU Denver to 5 sets and that was against New Mexico Highlands in Las Vegas, New Mexico. And of course, going perfect also wins you the RMAC regular season championship. Michaela, your team was down 2-0 against that New Mexico Highlands team. What did that win say or do about this Roadrunners team moving forward?
Jenny always talked to us about having courage or quit, and that match we could have either quit or we could have had courage, and that definitely showed courage. Coming back from 0-2 on the road is always tough.
Michaela Smith will go down as one of the all-time great outside hitters to ever play in the red and blue uniform. She amassed 1,139 kills in her 5-year career, and most of those came in just 3 years. Smith is ranked 12th all-time in Roadrunner history while crushing the competition in her senior season, smashing 497 kills. Michaela, what comes into your head when I tell you that you are amongst all-time greatest in kills?
That's just crazy. I remember being in high school and like looking at all those players and looking up to the outsides and being like, oh my gosh, they're so good. And I felt so young and so little, and now I'm as old as they were, and it doesn't feel like I've gone through that much in my career. And it really is crazy, like looking at players like Bree Morley that I knew well. It really is crazy that I'm up there with them.
And the top moment in the career of Michaela Smith is the announcement that she earned All-American status. I bet you can just walk into restaurants now and get free meals. Michaela had a senior season for the ages. She led the RMAC with 497 kills, pounded more than 4 kills per set, led the conference in service aces with 61. She recorded 18 double-doubles on the season, which included 1 in each of the 3 NCAA Tournament games. And speaking of the Big Dance, she led her squad to the Sweet 16 for the first time since 2009. Michaela, when you look back on the 2016 season, did you ever think it would lead you to one of the biggest honors you would achieve in your volleyball career?
I never really thought about it, but it's funny that you mentioned free meals, because when we went out for dinner after we found out I was All-American, my dad asked the waiter if I had to pay if I was All-American, and I said, Dad, are you serious? So no, I didn't get a free meal, but it's funny that you say that. But I honestly wasn't expecting it. I was just hoping that Brandy would get it because I knew that she deserved it. And the first thing I said to Jenny when she told me that I got it, I was like, Brandy got it too, right? I just really wanted Brandy to get that accolade. And there was a bunch of other awards throughout the season too, like getting the all-tournament team for the NCAA with Santasia was a big deal to me. And as soon as they called her name and she walked up there with me, I could not have been happier for her because I think she really did have an amazing season.
And that is going to do it for this edition of the Roadrunner Review. We want to thank Michaela Smith so much for coming out and hanging out with us today. And it has been so much fun watching you grow as an athlete and as a player. And we wish you the best of luck after graduation.
Thank you. And I just want to say thank you to my family for watching every match they couldn't be at, and my boyfriend's parents for always tuning in and sending me messages, and my aunt who also watched from Seattle every single match.
All right, for All-American Michaela Smith, Stephen Priest, Celeste Zubia, our fearless leader, Eric Lansing, I'm Sean Tafoya, and we will see you next month for more high-flying action.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
The Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference is committed to sportsmanship.
We take pride in the conduct of our student athletes and coaches.
And ask that everyone, coaches, athletes, and spectators, treat opponents and officials with respect.
We encourage you to cheer for your favorite team.
Unruly, threatening, or obscene behavior will not be condoned.
Thank you for your cooperation and support.